Gentlemen, Alliance versus Empire. This is game 2. I'm Odie Pixel. I'm here with Draskell and I'm here with Purge as well. How are we doing, lads? And what are we thinking of the draft?
I'm doing a lot better now that whatever that was is over.
I didn't know. I wasn't expecting that. I didn't know what to do.
Yeah, I'm panicking right now, actually. I don't know. I feel like Empire have some insane snowball potential here in game number 2. And I feel like if Alliance don't have some kind of a stable laning phase, they can get ran over.
They could, yeah. It really could go the opposite way. Even though Alliance's draft looks better if the game is equalish, it could go both ways. If Alliance gets ahead, they're just going to hardcore push while Broodmother split pushes. And if it goes the opposite way, then Empire's just going to get tons of track kills. Brood is going to get ganked all the time.
Can he do it? Oh, he got it. He did it, and he's out. Aloha Knights gets the bounty rune. Yoku gets himself the bottom one.
Even dodges the Shadow Strike. What a player.
What a player.
Game's over, right? And that costs him an extra sentry, so
we
when
might as
they
well
come
go next.
mid.
Damn, that was some insane stuff there. Already in this game. What do you think, Draskell?
I mean, Alliance looked really solid in game number 1. I would say it was almost a similar situation, right? You're expecting their lanes to do well, and if their lanes don't do well, they just not auto lose, but it's a really hard game from there. And I think they're pretty much in the same position, but if they did it once, they can probably do it again.
And top lane, Resolution taking a bit of harassment here from My Nuts. Going in with a Thunder Strike. Loda's just there as well to fend him off. So we're going to see Ake rotating now as well. Maybe looking to freeze him up, but can't quite get the range. So Ake's just going to take a tag. And I mean, this bottom lane, so we've got Silent. Well, he's going to go straight in with the crush, and Bulldog has been caught out. They've got a sentry down on the ground. He's not going to be able to get himself out of range of it. And that'll be your first blood there to the side of Empire. Lohadance picking that one up for the side.
First they get both bounties, and now this.
It's a good start for Empire. They're going to be happy with this so far. The top lane, though, as we can still see, the Darkseer is getting harassed out pretty heavily. Mid lane as well, S4 having the dominant start at the moment, 5 for 3, 4 for 2, but it's still early days, still very close. I think it's a little bit too early to call the shots, but Bulldog's got to be very, very careful down in the bottom lane.
Well, after knowing that the sentry is there, I doubt he'll make the same positioning mistake twice. And the other thing, too, is that he actually, he does have 1 sentry left on him, so if he's able to find it out, he does have tangos left in his inventory to be able to deward that pretty much straight away. And with that, okay, so there's an extra sentry on Empire as well. They have this Brood well in hand already. There's not really much I feel that he's going to be able to do outside of just play passive and try to soak up whatever levels he can. And even though he gets first blooded there, he's still level 3 at around 2 minutes. And that's one thing that happens when you try to go aggressive early on the offlaner, is oftentimes you'll get the kill, but your wave will always end up pushing after that, which means that the offlaner does get EXP. So like a year or 2 ago when people would say like, it's a YYF feed or something like that, he would basically die to get experience, and then you get like level 3 or 4 faster, and then you can actually win your lane from that point.
How we go bottom lane, no fear, just getting the pull off. Trying to maintain control of this lane. Bulldog has managed to find level 3 though, 2 minutes in, so even though he has been forced back on the Brood, he's still getting a fair bit of XP down there.
Thank you, Owen, for proving once again that play-by-play commentators always listen to their analysts 100% of the time. Sorry, Draskell. Brilliant stuff coming out.
It was just such a good point, Draskell. I wanted to.
You
just wanted to say
it.
He was way more concise. Come on, you gotta give him that at least.
The dream.
All right, lads. What's the plan now? CM's got herself a smoke 2 minutes in. Where we're going to see ahead?
He's a little late on his level 2 here. He could have had this about just after 1 minute or so, but he tried to get that first Darkseer gank off, and it seems like it's actually proved really useful because it scared Resolution enough to go to the jungle, and that's really that's all you need to do. You need to be like, all right, I'm going to be here. You're going to have to worry about dying if you pass the river point, and I'm going to force you to go to the jungle, which is going to give my carry more farm, and I can just spend my time AFK and I can gank other lanes, and just scaring him is the important part, and he did it.
And then I guess the nice thing about this, though, as well, for Empire is the fact that Lohadance gets himself a bit of a free rein in this top lane in terms of XP. I mean,
that's true.
Obviously, there is a sentry down. He's got to be as careful as the Darkseer was, but obviously a little more elusive than the DS in terms of walking around with that invis. So he's going to be able to find something. So making the most of the map here at Empire, and just keeping tabs on how Loda's going to progress here. I guess kind of the question is, obviously, with a Jug on one side and a Slider on the other, is there a team that we're going to expect to see go a little bit more aggressive early on here?
So Juggernaut is interesting in the sense that he can fight very well because of spin. But spin mitigates only magical damage. And you have Slardar who has amp and
didn't quite
hit
catch
him. Okay.
They saw him go into this though. Do they have another detection?
I think he's still fine. Yeah, they have no idea where he is, so he's just gonna walk it off.
Is he gonna kill Ake?
Oh,
man.
He's just come back under the cover of the Sentry Ward. He's going to manage to get himself back out. The Thunderstrike is going to bring him low. I mean, meanwhile, one on lane, Broodmother found himself a solo kill onto the Dazzle.
Yeah. So Alliance are actually doing pretty well in this offlane. Like Bulldog's level 5, 4 minutes in.
Yeah.
Again, that death didn't really hurt him too much. He ends up getting 3 quickly, gets 5 after the fact. And I mean, Aloha Dance, he's almost level 4, so it's not like he's losing out too much himself. But a Brood is going to be able to impact the game in such a bigger way than what this Bounty Hunter is going to be able to offer for at least a little while. And the other thing, too, is outside of the Darkseer, where is their counter push? Like, how do they kill Broodlings?
Oh, that is true, really.
That's what we were hoping for that last pick, but it didn't come.
Yeah, it's going to be a problem indeed. And I mean, in terms of Bulldog's build here on the Broodmother, we've seen him play it a few times. Is there anything you think he'll prioritize in terms of items this game? You know, because of the situation he's in?
I think Orchid for sure, right?
Yeah.
If he finds Bounty Hunter, you can Orchid him and kill him. Dazzle, same thing. You're not going to kill Slardar or the other guys,
Resolution getting glimpsed back up the lane. They've got the CM holding him in position with the Blade Fury from Loda. That's going to be enough damage for the side of Alliance to find themselves the second kill this game. Aloha Dance is still hanging around, but they haven't got any sentries down at the moment, so he's doing pretty well. Found himself level 4 at the moment in this top lane on the Bounty.
It's unfortunate he died so fast. They definitely could have killed somebody. If he just Iron Shells the Invis Bounty Hunter, who's level 4, by the way, they could easily kill Ake. He's got 1 armor and a max HP of 500. It just takes a little bit of damage and he goes down.
Yeah, I mean, I think he might have traded his own life, though, in that sense, because they do have Dust. So I feel like he might have just died in the process, and maybe he didn't value that was worth it over, like, maybe hitting, like, level 5 or 6 a tiny bit faster. I suppose it's hard to say, though, in that circumstance. But again, the big story for me just continues to be Bulldog. Like, they cannot deal with him. And the thing is, even if he's not in lane, he's still jungling, he's still getting experience, and that means that as soon as he has a large amount of Broodlings and he feels like he can go in, killing No Fear, he'll at the very least force him to TP, right?
Yes.
So it's a really rough situation right now for Empire.
How do you feel about this change in Broodmother play? Like, all Broods basically jungle now in the early game rather than just staying in lane and pressuring like crazy. Like, why do you think this playstyle came around and why is it so strong?
I think it's mainly because sitting in lane, when you know that they have insane chase potential and they have high damage in the early game, like, your biggest weakness as a Brood is prior to level 6, before you have enough points into Broodlings and Webs to have that full mobility. And the other thing, too, is if you play like this, think of how a lot of Lycan players used to use Wolves. They would run around with it and they would scout people out. You can kind of do the same thing with Brood in this sense. You can just see the support rotations going from safe lane to mid. And that scouting is very difficult for Empire to deal with, because if they want to walk through the woods, I mean, how does the Dazzle walk through his own jungle right now? He feels terrified.
Mid lane, Ake's trying to move in with S4 here, but Aloha Dance has come in with the wrap round. They've got Bulldog trying to do the damage as well to Yoki. It's not going to be enough. The Sonic Wave, though, will catch Dazzle. He'll get bursted down. And now S4 blinking forward, trying to find Yoku. Hasn't quite got the damage to finish him off. Ake having a bit of fun here with Aloha Dance. And Aloha Dance trying to go for the kill, but Bulldog has turned up. They've got detection, a bam double kill for Bulldog as he burst down. A second hero there in the mid lane. And you talked about the potency of this Spidey just turning up to fights and feeding off the squishier heroes, and Bulldog doing it to his best there.
Yeah, the mobility of Brood cannot be underestimated. He's even opted to max web first. So that's a 70% movement speed increase. He's hasted, basically, if he's under a web. So the time that it takes him to run from bottom to middle lane is not long at all. So any time, again, that the supports of Empire want to trek through their own jungle, they're doing it at their own risk.
And he can just farm at full speed, occasionally stop the push bot, and then instantly show up mid and get a double kill. Like,
yeah.
Such a big threat.
I think now we are seeing why teams today have been first phase banning this hero.
Yes,
That's proving to be very good right now.
Absolutely.
He doesn't even care about a safe lane. It's not about pushing, it's about killing people and farming well.
I mean, it's very common for people to almost overkill pressure the Brood, right? You see like 2, 3, 4 heroes sometimes ganking a Brood. If the Brood just comes to your lane, she is a lot faster, wastes less time getting there, can farm anywhere she wants. It's very hard to lose efficiency on the hero if you think about it, because going through the jungle, like you already mentioned, Kevin, you can just kill any camp you walk to. It's not a problem. And you already have Soul Ring, 2 Sage's Mask for the mana regen. How do you track this Brood down if he's not playing in lane and he's just walking from lane to lane?
I mean, I guess on the topic of the Brood, one thing I'm wondering is we do sometimes see heroes like the safe lane Slardar go for the Vanguard because they're farming up against the Brood, or do you think we are just going to see Silence still go straight for the Blink Dagger and try and be active elsewhere on the map and just ignore the Brood?
I think he needs Blink.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know if you can go anything other than an initiation item in this case, because you're pretty much losing 2 of your lanes right now. And bottom lane isn't losing per se, but it is in the sense that the Brood is still farming a ton. Sure, Silence the highest CS in the game. He should be there because he's safe lane. But if you don't make something happen with that safe lane farm sooner rather than later, I think Empire are going to be in some serious trouble, actually.
Yeah, you don't aim just to stabilize against a Brood. You aim to control the game and get kills. And he's not going to be able to do, like, he'll be able to eat an Omni Slash, but he won't be able to have a lot of offensive potential against Quap and Crystal Maid and all these other heroes that Alliance is running.
I mean, surely now the fact that obviously Slider has got level 6, he's got the Amplified, that's going to be a little bit of an annoyance for Bulldog, or will he still be able to play around that, you feel, and still be as annoying as he has been?
I think he'll just jungle just as much as he was in the first couple of minutes of the game. As you see, he sits back, he's actually under his tower, and as soon as that goes away, he can easily walk into his jungle again. They're not going to, unless they have a sentry down, they're not going to be able to reapply this.
I mean, right now, they don't even have detection on the heroes that are in the safe lane, so if he actually spots No Fear and notices that he doesn't have anything on him...
Oh, they just under that sentry there. He's going to go for the blind Sonic Wave. S4 gets it. He gets it, even though Bounty just comes away from the sentry ward.
Their lanes are getting massacred. Like, their tier 2 is under siege right now. There's level 3 healing ward on Loda up again in 30 seconds if they want to do it. And if they TP up here to stop him and it's a big commitment, then the Brood's just going to start running down the safe lane.
They do have to blink on Slardar now, so maybe this is go time here for Empire. They've got Yoku coming in as well. They want to try and find Loda. Loda does have the Omni Slash available. He's going to Blade Fury first to step himself away. Resolution trying to move in close, looking for a potential vacuum. The crash and Silent gets them both on the tip. The wall's been dropped as well. There will be a glimpse back, taking the Slardar out of the fight. It doesn't matter. Yoku will clean up the Juggernaut. Minus looking for the TP out, will be able to escape. But Empire do find the kill that they were looking for there and get themselves the Juggernaut.
What a Blink Dagger timing, man. Gets it just in time and they pick up the Juggernaut kill. He was able to partially buy out before he went down, but that's a huge kill. That's going to retain control of their off lane, basically, and they can maybe...
go for S4 as well. Yes, Drainer with the crush. Look at this man go crazy with the Amplify. The tower is hitting a lot. It's not quite enough, though. Get the slow and Silent's going to try and move in for more. S4 turns and fights, but the crush is there. And Silent, with the need for Swede, hungry for that Scandinavian blood, gets a second kill on Alliance.
Yeah, showing the power of the Blink Dagger here.
Yeah.
Slardar is one of those heroes that oftentimes as a Blink hero you feel like you can get away from most things. The problem is Sprint lasts for 12 seconds, so even if you blink 1300 range, he can cover that distance in what, 2 or 3 seconds? It's not really a problem for him.
It worked out really well. There was just nothing S4 could do to survive that.
How close is a lower dance to level 6 on this bounty?
He's like 1 creep away.
Okay, I was going to say he must be pretty close after this kind of action that he's been involved in. And then that's going to be pretty big. I mean, track gold, obviously, well, not the gold itself, but the actual ability did get nerfed pretty heavily. But the track itself, in terms of getting bonus gold, if you can get kind of the momentum going early on, it's nothing to smirk at.
It can be a huge advantage to get track kills in the sense that Empire have a very good carry versus carry matchup, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Like, I don't like Juggernaut against Slardar at all, because if you don't have Omni, you pretty much can never fight him, just because of how good Amplified damage is in the 1 versus 1 setting. Like, even just 1 point is -10.
Is a little bit out of place. Yeah, he's got his invis. Yeah, okay.
Just scouting it out.
It's Biggie spotted the Slardar, actually. I thought maybe they'd do smoking through their jungle to look for Bulldog, but they've spotted him over in the safe lane, so that's where they're aiming.
Let's see what they try and fight. How long's... I mean, he's hanging around. That invis is coming close to wearing off here. Are they going to try and fight into this one? They've got Loda coming in with the Blade Fury. Still got that Omni Slash available. Silent will get shallow graved up here. Loda moving in onto No Fear. Will kill the Dazzle. I think this might be this guy. Oh, he gets himself a haste streak. Silent can't get himself out of this. No, he can't. Loda's there with a double kill. Ake might be in a bit of trouble there as Yoku's moving in, but S4's turned up. Aloha Dart's moving in, and the Bounty Hunter has the Iron Shell on him. They're heading to the pit trying to look for a Roshan tonight, but they're already losing the Bounty Hunter. Yoku's trapped up in the field as well. He's just stuck between all the spiders. He goes down as well. Double kill for S4. There's actually a buyback here on the Slardar, but he's not going to be able to achieve anything. He does not want to jump into that, especially seeing as Loda didn't even need to use the Omni Slash.
Yeah, I don't know what that buyback was for, honestly. I don't know what he was hoping to accomplish. Like, it was pretty apparent that no hero was going to live through that was in the vicinity for Empire, so maybe he was just hoping that Alliance weren't going for a straight Roshan or something, and he wanted to just try to stop them from killing it. But other than that, Empire are not looking so hot here in this early mid-game scenario. They don't have mech yet on the Darkseer. Resolution's still a little bit away from that. And I mean, I guess the one thing Empire can take solace in is they haven't lost too many towers. They've only lost the off-lane tier 1 up until this point. But Bulldog is working his way towards Orchid, and he's not that far off.
This is going to be a pretty good timing for the Brood. And I think they realize that they've got 3 heroes down at the moment. Even sending Yoku around as well. They really want to try and kill this spider.
Oh, they might see him. He's got a net of 5. If they spot him, they're going to kill him.
Yeah, they're just going to dive and jump straight in.
Here comes. Will they get him before
They're going to go. He's coming back up and straight in. Silence there with the Amplify and the Crush onto Bulldog. They've got the track as well. A bit more pocket money there in the bank for Empire. The TP's now coming in. Loader with the Omni Slash. It's not quite enough for a level 1. He's been tracked as well, so Sun's going to have the extra speed, but the Crush comes in a little bit later. Loader's already there with the Blade Fury. Will pick up the kill onto Slada. And now Ake gets the slow onto Loa Does. S4's there with the Dust. Loa Does has been frozen up. They'll almost certainly find the kill here on the Bounty Hunter. Dazzle has to grave himself. Yoku's trying to get something in return, but S4 already on a killing spree, and Loader minus now S4 joining the cause, looking for more. They've got the Yules, they'll use it to set up onto the Darkseer. Darkseer now trapped up in the kinetic field. Resolution will go down as well here, as Alliance bring it to 12-5 on the board, and yes again, take a very convincing fight.
I mean, I guess I get the commitment on the Bulldog. Like, you want to try to get something done with your Blink Dagger, and Yoku might be dead here as well.
Oh, glimpse back. There's no melt for this man. Sentries are down, dust is in his eyes, nowhere for him to run. Loader with the kill. Mega kill streak now for this Juggernaut. And Alliance is just running all over Empire this game, Purge.
Just like last game, really.
Yeah.
We'll see if Empire can get a mid-game surge at least, but we all agreed that if Empire has a really good early game, they could stomp Alliance, but now they're maybe not aiming for the late game, and I think that's one reason why Slar bought back. It's like, well, I can spend 300 gold right now on a very early game buyback, and maybe I'll show up and help kill a hero or two. And if that happens, that could push us into an advantage where we can actually take teamfight wins against Alliance.
I don't think they're gonna win any teamfights anytime soon with the way things have been going. It's, I don't know, like, what do you do in this situation? Like, you have to go for smokes, you have to go for aggressive plays, utilize the Blink Dagger on your Slardar, but it always seems like when they do that, Alliance gets a better trade and resolution. Oh my.
A Loa Dance comes with a wraparound, but he walks under a sentry as well in the jungle.
That was a read right there.
Yeah.
All right, can all memes decide, can I just say that Alliance are back?
I think you can, man.
Is it too soon?
They're playing really well.
They just seem really on point. And I know Empire haven't had like the most amazing results recently, but S4. This is way too ham.
All right.
He just wants the ancients, man.
Let's chill out. Okay, they've got a glimpse onto Yoku.
Oh, he misses the field.
A little bit off with the timing there. Okay, he's going to get crushed here. Silence moving into bashes as well. The CM is going to melt. They will find one kill. They'll maybe try and move forward for more. It's going to be hard to get the blink though because the Thunderstrike was put down onto Slada, so obviously hindering his ability to jump straight back in. There's the Orchid now finished up on your Bulldog Brewmother, and there is now a blink on Yoku. So in terms of catch potential, they are pretty volatile. Here's your Omni Slash coming out. Most of it being tagged up by the refraction charges. Now Loader trying to finish off a Loader Dance with the Blade Fury. They've got the Thunderstrike down on the Bounty Hunter as well. There will be a shallow grave trying to help him get out of there, but S4, in fact, taking a lot of damage. Will have to blink up to the high ground. Both of them incredibly low. There's the glimpse back onto a Aloha Dance. He'll be healed up, but it's not enough as the screen comes through from S4. They'll find the kill on the Bounty Hunter. They'll also kill No Fear, who just tries to TP out in front of them. The damage from Loader's too much. And again, Alliance finding 2 kills. It's 17-6 on the boards at just 16 minutes in. 9K now in your Juggernaut. The highest net worth on the side of Empire being the TA at 6K. It's quite a difference now for this early on in the game.
The other thing, too, is it opens up a free Roshan for Alliance. Just taking that fight in general, knowing those 2 heroes are dead. The tier 1 in the middle lane is also dead, which means it's going to take Empire longer to react to this Roshan. They have level 4 healing ward. There's not really anything I feel Empire can do, even though I'm sure they want to stop this, but it's just too much. Alliance have an insane amount of momentum, and it's not as if they're out farming in the terms of CS. It's just every single engagement, they seem to be getting 1 or 2 more kills than Empire, and over time, that's going to show.
There we go, Empire. Maybe looking to fight off the back of this and straight in. Okay. The crush on 2. They got the track coming out. Oh, that's melt! Loader almost certainly going to go down as well. Yoki just needs to get 1 touch on from him. There we go. They pop the Aegis. Ake getting off a very nice freezing field here, forcing Empire to back themselves out of this one. But they get the pick off. They also manage to take the Aegis away from Alliance here. Ake and S4 all tracked up. Bulldog a little bit lucky. They haven't got the vision on him.
They maybe could re-engage here. I mean, you saw the burst damage there. That was just a simple meld strike with the Slithering Crush and the amp damage, and all of a sudden 2 heroes just blew up. That's what they're aiming for, basically. Once they get Deso on TA as well as that, this Jug actually isn't going to be a big threat. Like, he's going to get Manta to try to remove amp damage, but he's armored.
Give that man a VAC. The Yules was there straight away. Silent couldn't get anything in after that blinking.
Yeah, it was really nice. I mean, he had Kree vision, so oftentimes you just preemptively cast the Yules, and when that comes out, you just immediately get the Yules up instead of the Crush coming out, because obviously it has a longer animation. But still, Alliance looking really solid here. But Kevin brings up a solid point, is that the mass minus armor is amazing against the team of Alliance. And once BKBs come out as well, we also have to keep into consideration that in terms of pure right-click, Alliance have not built themselves as a team who is going to be able to like right-click down a Slardar with like AC and BKB and such, and even a TA, for example. So Empire, I still feel, have the late game advantage. Okay. It just depends on, can they actually get control of the map back fast enough? Because eventually, like, Bulldog, Orchid done, level 11, he's going to become a monster soon.
He's already well on the way there. I was going to say, Purge, yeah. It's not pretty for Empire. I mean, as you were saying, though, the minus armor, you know, the fact that if Empire do find someone and they get the jump in, they're going to be able to kill most of the heroes on the map. What do Alliance do to protect themselves against that incredible burst of physical damage?
I think you just have to stick. Like, if you want to take fights, you have to be at least 4.
Yes.
Because that way, if they go on somebody to try to blow them up...
would you say?
Yeah, S4, definitely. Got him.
Got him.
That was a got him.
Okay.
But as long as you have like Disruptor to drop like a Static Storm, Kinetic Field on the target they go on, I feel like even if that target dies, you're going to be able to get counter kills. So I think as long as you're trading and Bulldog is able to do what he does and just rat the map, then you should be in okay shape.
I think it's okay to go Medallion as well in a support. I feel like a lot of teams just don't build the item ever anymore. It's very rare that they do. And +7 armor can make a big difference in keeping a core alive.
Yeah, that's very true.
Dire's middle tower
the other thing is Ghost Scepter is going to be a hot item this game for the supports of Alliance.
Yes.
If you do not have one, you are dead.
Well, that's a dead set.
We've got a smoke up for Empire here.
And this is what they need to do. They need to find these pick off these jumps. They'd love to find S4. It looks like a lower dance was able to sneak off the current. There we go, straight on to S4. Look at that damage! That's what we're talking about. Empire straight in. There's no chance for Alliance to react. Now they're trying to find something in return. They bring Silent back with the walls being dropped down. Ake will now start off the freezing field. They haven't got anything to cancel it yet. Silent getting pretty low now. Ake is going to look for the walk-off. Yoku will find the cleanup, but getting the kill onto Disruptor. And now a low hard dance heading up for more. The Sonic Wave comes out, though. S4 will clip them all, but now he may be in trouble. Yoku's stuck in the trees at the moment. They're going to be able to Yules up himself here and try and get himself up potentially. But the Omnic Slash finally comes out. Will kill the Dazzle. They found Yoku here in the tree line as Bulldog numbing away here on this Spider. Will manage to finish off the TA. There's a buyback on Ake. Bit of a messy fight. Empire do find something out of it, but they do lose the TA off the bat.
Good buyback from Quaff, I think. It was a little iffy. It looked like he might die a second time, but he got his ulti off. He did a bunch of damage, and despite the immediate blow up at the start of the fight, I think Alliance is going to come out happy with that fight.
Yoku also did blink into the trees, so...
Yeah, that was really unfortunate for him, because then Brood just had the easiest solo of his life, and that's the counter to high physical damage, missing.
Yeah, that's true. That is true. I mean, in terms of the TA build, then, do you think we'll see a potentially early MKB, or does he just need to get the BKB online? It looks...
I think it's
it's got to be Deso.
BKB,
okay, you've still got to go for the Deso here.
Yeah,
okay.
I mean, obviously MKB is a great item later on.
Yes.
But until he has BKB and Deso, I think he pretty much can't buy it, because if he does, he's putting himself at risk of just eating a Static Storm and being dead. That ability is amazing against Templar Assassin, because you can't meld, it eats refraction, and then you're just left in a kinetic field and like, all right, well, I have no defense at all. And that's also against Spin. So you can't meld, which means you don't have the mass minus armor against the Juggernaut, and you just kind of fall over. So for now, Alliance still maintain a pretty good amount of map control, but I would say that Empire has showcased that they can, in fact, take fights.
They really can. Is it a fight? It's more like a...
Just a
well,
crush.
it's like a haymaker, right? They throw a haymaker at one hero, and they hope they can just run away in time before the counter initiation comes out.
And it's like a second. Like there's I don't think a medallion's going to make a difference anymore. It's evasion, just raw armor items, I guess.
What was the build here on Silent? Has he picked up a buckler on this Slardar?
Yeah, he's going Crimson.
Okay. Yeah. Oh yeah, of course.
It's really good
just testing you, Andy. Just testing you. Silent. He's found himself a pickoff. I mean, it is dirty. It straight up deletes heroes once they get a jump on them.
Yep. I mean, that's kind of the strength of these types of heroes against Juggernaut. But I think Alliance knew that going in. I think they just had something very specific in mind with the heroes, as in being able to pressure the map a lot to keep Empire from being able to get like anything off of their picks. Once they have blinks, they're always going to be able to find a kill every once in a while, but as long as you can keep the lanes out, for Alliance, it wouldn't matter too much. But you can start to see that Alliance are feeling that pressure, and the lanes are being pushed a little bit in favor of Empire for the moment, and they got to be happy with that, because their early game did not go well.
Minus armor, man. That's the draft. Oh, Slar going to Crimson Guard this game. I actually like that a lot against Omni Slash.
Yes.
That would be pretty useful.
And of course against the Spiders as well, if whomever tries to go on it. And that's your Deso now done on the TA. So the physical damage has just been amped up an extra notch. And Alliance will have to be very, very careful with these jumps.
I actually think that if there's an amp on like the supports, they actually get one shot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would agree with you.
Tranquil Boots usually help out a lot against that, but it's not going to matter this game.
Yeah,
These guys are
it's
gonna
15
get
between
really
level
fast.
4 meld and just Desolator, and then another 15 from Amp. So it's minus 30
That's the
armor.
cap, dude. Minus 20 is the armor cap. They actually have too much minus armor this game in some cases.
And this is for getting the weave as well, once that starts to tick down in fights.
Oh my god, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
They even almost put Juggernaut at the max minus armor.
Do you even buy armor items? Do you just buy damage block and evasion or something? That's...
Honestly, I mean, Loda bought a Blink Dagger, so I mean,
I like
that's his answer, which I actually don't mind, given the fact that you can like blink into position to get a good Omni off, because sometimes a Slardar is going to be isolated from the rest of his team if he like just goes in. And you obviously don't want to get jumped because they can kill you in like a second, as they've already shown many times.
But with the Blink as well, he can't even do that much damage because he has Drum Manta. Manta he had to buy to be able to remove track and amplify damage, but it's a mediocre damage item for an agility here at this stage. Despite for his net worth, his damage is really not good right now. And you want heavy stat build, or heavy skill build, so his stats aren't even abnormally high to compensate.
Yeah, that is true. But I think as there are a lack of BKBs on Empire, they're still relying pretty heavily on the Queen's damage.
Oh,
The Disruptor as well.
Loader. Crush coming in from Sign,
No
the
Manta.
Amplify, and the Weaver coming down as well. Loader's being chased down here by the gang of Empire. We'll get the Omni Slash off, but there's 4 of them grouped up with a Crimson Guard. He tries to walk it off here, but the physical damage is too much. The Blade Fury going to do nothing in terms of saving his life, and even No Fear here himself picking up the kill there with that Dazzle Shadow Wave.
He should have just spun right away. It removes the amp damage. He would have taken less damage from the right clicks. He could have just ran back, I think. It was really unfortunate his Manta wasn't up, but he should have spun instantly there, I think.
Under attack.
I think for now, Alliance are actually kind of getting pressured a little bit too much, and it could be because Bulldog has been playing very passive.
He's going to try and fight this. Ake's coming in as well. Oh, there's going to be the blink out. Very nicely made, but there's going to be the glimpse as well. And Yoku, oh no, even John Lennon can imagine this amount of hate coming down on the TA. Down for a full minute. They might lose a lower dance as well. No, Silent coming in with a crush, trying to save him, but he's being used up. They'll still find the kill on the bounty hunter. Midas trying to get himself out of it. He might just make it as well. The kinetic field, the freezing field's being big as well from Ake from the sidelines. No Fear getting incredibly low. We'll put the shallow grave onto Silent, but No Fear loses his life. Silent's going to go down as well. It's going to be a forged hero trade on the side of Empire, and they don't even find any of the kills on Alliance. Alliance managing to keep everyone alive there. What a fight there.
That was the best freezing field I've seen in like months. It was a full duration, and it was actually, there were enemy heroes in it the entire time. The entire time. They couldn't waste stuns on him. It was perfect.
I was going to say, like, it's been a while since I've seen a freezing field actually do much, but like you were saying, that was actually insane that he was able to get that kind of channel off.
Classic Ake.
Yeah, the guy does so much with so little. I mean, this is Tranquil Boots, Wand, Bracelet. That is all he has to his name. And
That's all he needs.
Able to make plays like that.
That's all he needs.
In his defense, it's basically Slardar Stun, Slardar Bash, Vacuum, and Shrike and Toss. So there's not a whole lot of things that can interrupt him, but I also really liked his position. Around the corner from the Slardar, far outside of range, forcing the people that come up the ramp to defend to run through it as well. It was great.
I mean, even if you're tracked, you can still get interrupted, right? Because he just throws a shuriken at anyone.
Oh, good point.
And then you just get interrupted. And
But
the rest of
Bounty
the
died
abilities
first.
are all AoE, so
Yeah, that's true.
it's really something that he's able to do that in that situation. But I would like to see Bulldog start to play more aggressive. I was going to talk about that before the fight, and
They're chancing for a lower dance there. Yeah, they saw him come up past the sentry, but he's playing it smart here, the bounty hunter.
like Bulldog's just living in the Ancients. He hasn't really pressured bottom lane that much. The tier 2 tower is still over half HP right now.
Look at this from Empire.
God,
Smoked
they are
up.
bloodthirsty.
Obviously, Lower Dance got themselves the intel, but they are smoking up blindly into high ground. They know the smoke's not dispelled yet, so they're still kind of safe to close the gap a bit more, but Alliance, they're playing it safe. They've backed themselves up into the base, and they're on the top lane at the moment behind the tier 2, so they're going to be able to find anything here. They'd love to get Roshan, and Roshan, unfortunately for them, it's not up now, but it's very, very soon, so as long as they stay around, they've got the trap down as well. I mean, we've already talked about the armor reduction. This lineup can take Roshan pretty darn fast. There's a slight issue with the fact that Alliance are on their way, and they're not going to let Empire get away with this one for free if they go.
And they know Roshan's going to be spawning, if not already up, which in fact it is. So obviously you have to fight over this. This point of contention is going to be huge for either team.
Especially for Empire, because they can kill it in 4 seconds. With all this minus armor they have, it's the best way to kill Roshan rapidly.
And it would put Yoku almost at BKB, which makes him incredibly strong. All right, Aloha Death spots him.
Okay, this could be the pickoff. Bounty Hunter's going to tank that one.
All right, that should be Rosh.
I mean, without the bounty hunter, can Empire still try and contest, or they just have to let
they're
take
already
this?
running. They literally do not want to fight this anymore. The thing is, if you're going to take a fight around Roshan, track is one of the more powerful tools in being able to get a bigger win from that fight. And Empire right now need a big win. So if that hero is gone, you don't have track, you don't have the medallion too, which actually maybe overkill with the amount of minus armor they do have.
Yeah.
But it's just too dangerous to fight into it without everyone that you have. Honestly, I feel like this bounty hunter, it's not like Aloha Dance has played a bad game by any stretch. It's just more like, I feel like the heroes are difficult for him to play against, because if he gets spotted by anything, it's just immediate glimpse. You're just dead.
And they have a gem on a Queen of Pain who has the Yules. They have so many ways to disrupt him from escaping.
Yeah.
It's definitely difficult for him to catch up. Do they have mech? Yeah, it's on Darkseer. Guarding Greaves as well. They can stop silence and stuff. Although I don't think there is an Orchid this game. Oh yeah, there is. It's on Broodmother.
Yeah, Bulldogs had one for a while.
Why is he ancienting so much? Is this a result of
I really
the bounty?
don't like...
Like, is he just trying to not get tracked?
I guess. I mean, I guess not knowing where he is kind of scary, but... I really just want to see him push bottom. Like, who cares if they TP back 1 or 2 heroes and try to kill you? You got BKB. You can just punch them.
They're going to fight. Are they going to be able to find the pick off here? Lotus moving forward. He's got level 16 Omni Slash. He's going to look for no fear here. The Thunder Strike's down as well. Yoku just getting 1 hit. The Disruptor. Silent Yoku, they're going to be fine with the Crimson Guard for the time being here. There is still the Omni Slash, and now it comes down to Silent. The Crimson Guard doing a little bit. The Guardian Greaves as well, but it's not enough. Now Yoku's been frozen up by Ake. Tries to fight back, but it's not enough. They've lost the TA as well there, Empire. No fear. Analoa does on the retreat. No fear will grave himself and look to get him out of there. He's not going to, as the frozen Ake just killing everybody. And that's a lower dance dead as well. So 4 heroes dead on the side of Empire. And Alliance losing 1. It's looking a little bit grim for the Radiant.
Did Resolution ditch? What happened? He didn't use his wall?
I think he ditched, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, the thing is, there was an Orchid cast on Yoku, like at the very start of the fight after he killed the Disruptor. And then there was nothing he could do after that, because again, he doesn't have BKB finished. If he had BKB, he also had a double damage. So I think that there was a good chance that he could have actually done some work in that fight, but the item timing just not quite syncing up with what Empire want to do this game. And I gotta say, even though Admiral Bulldog has a ridiculous love for doing Ancients, he's playing a very unconventional Brood, but it's working. Like, he's teleporting to fights. He put his webs in a way where he could walk from safe lane to middle, and he was ganking. Like, this is not what is conducive to normal Brood play at all, but Alliance, it's working out for him.
He hasn't died, and he's a pretty high net worth, so trading that over to Empire is one way for them to get back in a game where they're definitely losing at this point.
I think eventually he might have the confidence to push into that tier 2. One day, you know? The little Brood that could.
Maybe once he gets AC,
story.
I guess? Or maybe he's just buying a plate mail, who knows?
Nah, I think it's AC for sure.
Could be, is Lotus Orb too crazy? Probably, it doesn't do enough offensive.
I think it's nice to have a secondary Dispel for the Amp, actually.
But
and it gets rid of track as well.
Getting Manta, I feel.
Yeah, that's also true. It depends. I think AC is probably the most common choice in this scenario. And then if he wants to go for a Lotus Orb after that, I mean, having a ton of armor against that team isn't bad.
Yeah, this is a two armor item, like Shiva's and Scotty kind of game, or Shiva's and AC kind of game.
I mean, Yoku now on the TA has got the BKB just to be coming out on its way on the courier. I mean, how much is this going to change the game up against what Alliance have to deal with Empire, do you feel, in the fights?
He's already shown that he can do a crap load of damage.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of, like, a Static Storm or an Orchid ruins the fight for the TA. If you can't use Refraction, you can't use Meld, your burst damage is negated, your survivability is, well, pretty much halved, especially if somebody like Juggernaut is omniing you, for example. You just die instantly in that case, so it is huge. Like, this is a very, very good pickup for him.
Yeah. The only downside is that the hard counter to BKB on cores is Ghost Scepter, and Ake has one now, so that's like 4 seconds of the 10 that he pops his BKB where he's going to be kind of useless. So hopefully for him he finds the Disruptor first, just like the last fight.
Yeah, if there's a stun into a Meld hit, it should be an easy kill, and that's what they're going to have to hope for.
They're fishing for heroes. Ward on the high ground. They're going to find it.
Oh man, Loda's working his way towards Butterfly. He's actually very, very close.
There it is, the evasion counter.
Oh, the courier gets sniped. That was 4,600 gold.
Oh, that's painful for Alliance.
That's a big pick.
That's a big pick off. Aloha Dance is going to be very happy with that one.
That's like half their net worth lead on the courier, actually.
Yeah. Lotus still did a lot of value out of his last fight, though. I think these extra points in Blade Fury made a big difference. It's like 4 skill points allows you to do a pretty large amount of damage and not need items for it.
Silent straight out of here. The TP comes in from Disruptor. He knows he's looking for the glimpse. Yeah, Minox won't be able to find it. Lower dots. Just getting the tracks out, keeping it safe, playing it cool. 33 minutes in. You know, they're still hanging in here in Empire. I mean, what is it that Empire are looking to do now? Do they just have to wait for Alliance to come to them, or do you think we can expect to see some more smokes from Empire at this point? Or do they need to kind of tone down the aggression?
Well, there's a 10-second BKB on Yoku, so that's nice. But I still think they need Silent to get a BKB as well. Because if those two heroes have 10-second BKBs and free mobility in fights, you will never be tanky against Empire's lineup. That's just one thing you have to accept. There's too much minus armor. You will always die in like 3 seconds, no matter what stage of the game it is. So if they have BKBs on those two heroes and they catch out anyone, they're going splat. Like, that's how it is. So Empire, even though it looks a little bit grim for them at this point, if Silent can get to that BKB in the next couple of minutes and they can take a fight, smoke or not, I think that there is a shot that they can win it.
Okay.
Loda just bought an Eagle song. Do we know what was on the courier?
He has Butterfly.
It was the quarter self and the talisman. Yeah, both on the courier. Okay, that's an easy pick off there for the side of the Alliance.
5,700 gold though, wasn't it?
It was
4,675.
But there was a Hyperstone, Talisman Evasion, and Quarterstaff.
So it was more items than just his.
Yeah, it's the Hyperstone for Bulldog as well, part of the AC. So when that is back up in a minute, yeah, they'll have the completed AC on Bulldog and the completed Butterfly for Loda.
Goes back.
They're glimpsing back at Ice, BKB'd off here. It was onto Yoku. He BKBs to avoid the glimpse.
I mean, it's not great to have to use a 10-second BKB charge, but the alternative is dying, so. I think Alliance probably just go tier 2 bottom, right? I don't think they try to go high ground yet. Okay, MyNuts, you are like super brave for being there.
With no Ghost Scepter.
Yeah, no Ghost Scepter. He is actually still a one-shot, I believe.
I can't believe he hasn't bought it yet. I mean, buyback is important and stuff, but...
No, he doesn't need buyback right now.
Yeah, especially when you're honestly at risk of getting one shot on a fight. I really feel like Ghost is the item. Decent against
I guess the other thing, too, is your positioning should usually be behind the CM, right? Like, you should never be visible over the CM because your ulti is so much more impactful on the fight right now.
Maybe it's some, like, super meta play, like, I'm going to show all the way up here because they think that my whole team's behind me, and it's going to buy our team, like, 30 seconds more.
Dominance, man.
It could be something like that. Some players are, like, really advancing things like that.
Empire now with the smoke. Making motions towards the dire side of the map. Alliance backed up into their base. It's just Bulldog at the moment sitting on the cliff by his favorite spot by those Ancients, where he's pretty much hung around for the entirety of the game.
This is freaking home.
It is.
They're going to be so mad when they watch this replay, because they're like, wow.
They're honestly just going to be like, all he did was kill Ancients. Like, he didn't even pressure our lane bottom.
He just sat on that frickin' cliff the entire game.
There we go, Alliance. They're ready to come back out now.
Kerr's back out. Shiva's going.
There's your AC. Loaded with the Butterfly. Shiva's now onto S4. And a lower dance.
He almost got sniped.
I was going to say, yeah, he nearly got it.
A huge item actually against Slaughter is Shiva's Guard. Because as a hero, you don't need a lot of damage items to do damage because there's so much minus armor. So you don't often build that much attack speed either. And all of a sudden, you more than counteract the attack speed of Treads. This is going to drastically reduce Slaughter's DPS in the fight. He's going to attack like he just has brown boots, basically.
I mean, TA is the same way, right? Like, you typically don't build much attack speed on TA.
It really is. It's actually, the attack speed reduction is game winning, or fight winning at least, if they don't react to it instantly.
Yeah, and TA picking up a Demon Edge, so still no attack speed on Yoku, but is working her way, what I imagine is going to be an MKB.
Oh, he was looking for the courier there, using the Shivas to try and get the Vision S4. There is a Shiva's Guard sitting on that for the Darkseer of Empire. So it would have been a nice pick off. And well, Alliance, they're heading top. The TPs are straight out there, and didn't quite get the vision there for the glimpse.
Nah, he pinged it. He's like, yeah, he TP'd away. So there is BKB now on Silent. So
yes, okay.
This is the point where, okay, and Shiva's at the same time. This is a really strong power spike for Empire. They got double BKB on their cores. They still do a ton of damage. They got the AoE Wombo combo from the Darkseer Vac into potential, I guess, a Crush. That's pretty much the only thing they can combo with it right now. But there is still very good potential for Empire to take one of these engagements and come out of it the leaders.
Loda's quite tanky now, though, and Evasion on top of that is going to make things very hard. If they focus him first, there's a pretty high chance that he just doesn't die at the very initiation.
Oh, no fear.
This man's going to look for the TP out, but Ake's there with the cancel. No escape here for the Dazzle. 46 seconds, and he doesn't have buyback here, so Alliance may look to try and push up to the base. Not having to worry about that weave coming out every now and then.
Huh.
You know, it may seem small, but it might be just the thing that Alliance were waiting for to try and break the base.
MyNuts still hasn't spent his gold. Do you think he's saving for Blink, I guess? It's maybe the only other item I could value that high over a Ghost Scepter. Because with a Blink, he can catch so many more heroes because of the extra range into Glimpse.
That is true. I think Blink is a great item on Disruptor in pretty much every game. And I guess if you go with the mentality of what we were talking about earlier and just not being far up, you can probably always get blinked in.
Hello, dance.
Get that combo.
Oh.
All right.
Nothing out of that time.
Nah. The blink was already delivered out to Ake. The rest of the side of Alliance looking for Roshan. They're going to be able to get it. Empire not in a position at all to contest. So that'll be the cheese as well. They're going to Alliance. S4 will take that. Loader will hold on to the Aegis for the time being. And yeah, it was the blink here for the Disruptor as well. So Alliance have got all the catch potential they need for the next fight.
That's one counter to TA blinking on you. You just blink away. If you're fast. If you have good reactions, it's an invulnerability item in some ways.
Yeah, that's very true. I just think in general, the Disruptor of this game has actually done so much for them. There have been at least a dozen occasions where they get a bonus kill because of Glimpse, or they kill Aloha Dance because he is a little bit too far in vision and just gets glimpsed back into death. And even Yoku has died a couple of times that way too. So the way that Alliance have run this Disruptor, I am amazed that they've actually been able to make it this effective. Because if you look at Empire and you say, okay, well, they get BKBs, Alliance team seems relatively weak. But their laning phase was phenomenal, and Alliance have been looking great today.
I mean, at this point, it kind of feels like to be successful at defending, Empire have got to hit a massive vacuum wall slivering crush at this point.
Dude, they're doing like so much damage to the base. They don't even have Glyph.
He'll spin right click.
That healing ward micro too.
What is Empire's answer to this?
That damage is so big.
They have BKBs. They can go in.
Silence looking for the right angle. See if he can get that crush in.
Ooh, MKB's done on Yoku. That's actually big.
They got their items so fast. Empire is doing a great job farming, even though they're a little behind both games.
They can actually blow up Loda.
He took a lot of damage before. That was like amp damage, and he was already down to 1 armor. He didn't even get hit by the Deso at that point. And they have Weave ready to go. Do you Weave aggressively or defensively here?
Weave defensively again this time. Okay. Just getting the slow in. Oh, there we go. There's the, oh, that's the crush onto free! Getting them all here. The Shiva's got coming out as well. Border getting a little drop. They've already found the kill on Take as well. S4 will turn around here with the Sonic Wave, but it's not enough now. Miner's trying to get himself out. Loader came out with the Omni Slash, but it wasn't enough through the Crimson Guard and the Guardian Greaves. Loader's going to lose the Aegis. It's a triple kill for Yoku. Make that an Ultra. This might even be a Rampage as Loader's left alone. It's a Rampage for Yoku as Alliance are cleaned the hell up. Empire lose nobody, and that was the defense that the Radiant need. Oh my Jesus.
Oh my.
All right, so the man getting the Rampage is obviously the TA, but you got to give a shout out to Resolution and Silent because they set that up so well. Like, as soon as he sees an opportunity for a 4-man back, he's like, I'm going. He gets it right into a crush. Even with the Static Storm, it wasn't enough to deter Empire. They both had BKBs in the cores that we were talking about, and my God.
Here we go. Where did it all go wrong, Andy?
All right, so here, they start to group up. And Resolution's just like, yo, I got this. 4-man crush, goes straight in. Normally, if there were no BKBs, this fight would have probably been okay for Alliance, but again, Silent and Yoku
look at the Omni Slash. It does nothing.
Yeah, they're unstoppable, and they have Crimson Guard on this whole time as well. So Kevin was saying earlier how good it is against Omni. It's being shown here. And after they just take so much damage and get AoE'd, there's nothing they can't come back from that fight. Like, as soon as that combo happens, it's over.
And now back in the real game now, they're applying pressure onto the mid lane.
Yep.
You know, there is a buyback on, of course, S4 and Loader, but they're not going to want to use it. I think they're just going to have to let these ones go here. Wow. Save the buyback for next time. Just accept that they've lost a set of racks.
That was enormous.
Empire.
What a
My
swing.
goodness.
And MyNuts really wants a counter kill here. Even aggressively blinks forward, realizing, okay, that was a catastrophe. We use Cheese, we use Aegis, we only get a tier 3, and we get team wiped.
Man.
There's
oh boy.
6k gold on TA.
Look at that swing.
That fight.
He's got a butterfly.
Butterfly is the next item.
Oh.
I think the only thing Alliance should have done there was forced a fight. I don't think it had to be a good fight. I think they just needed to start a fight to prevent the vacuum quad man stun, because at least they would only grab 2. But as soon as it's all 4, they've got nothing out of CM. They've got nothing out of Disruptor. It was like the worst heroes to catch, really.
A messy fight is actually favorable, I feel,
Has
for Alliance.
he got a completed butterfly?
Yeah, he's got it.
Dude.
I mean, one fight butterfly. That's what happens when you get a Rampage and the enemy team has like. They had a 4. Okay, look at the graph, please.
Just
like. Yeah.
Now Haz is blowing his toe right now. These kind of stats. I mean,
he likes records, all right.
He absolutely does.
I mean, maybe it's not the biggest comeback ever, but it's probably one of the fastest gold comebacks ever in one fight. Like, that was a ridiculous amount of money.
Oh man. Okay. I don't think I lowered that. So no,
He's fine.
He's all right.
He has no damage items.
So
on button.
now the biggest problem that Alliance are going to run into is the same thing that we've kind of been saying for the whole game, is that Slardar and TA match up very well against Juggernaut. And the thing is, Loda has not gone a damage build. They were supposed to, at least in my mind, have already Raxed at this point. And since they haven't, now their Juggernaut feels very weak. And
oh, he's spotted. He's blinking one.
He is so dead.
Get a load of this.
Okay, got it.
Ooh, they've got the trap slow
They don't
though.
care, man. There's no
Oh,
TP.
there's a big jump. They can't find the crush silent. No, he's not going to go for it. S4's
Good
there.
escape.
They're scared of the backup.
This build is more of a, would you say, high ground pushing build? That was like
Yeah, it definitely is.
the jug/troll era. It was all stats.
Okay, very quick reaction there from S4, and the low dance. And he's going to be dancing in his grave. He is dead. There was, of course, the gem on S4. Spotted him out.
What do you think he should have gone instead on jug? Maybe like, how about like Abyssal? He's already got a blink dagger. He could initiate. They could honestly just kill like.
He might
TA
buy one
or
next,
something.
actually. I think he might sell drums and just buy a basher or something. Because with BKB, they actually have very little damage and lockdown for any BKB target whatsoever. Which is why I feel like he goes this build to try to end the game at an earlier point.
Oh.
And they had such a nice lead. And yeah, that's a lot of
Bit of a
building
surprise,
instead.
bit of a jackpot there for Nofe.
Yeah.
All right. Oh, he's got the gem on him. Okay, gem on the Dazzle. Okay, so he does.
Okay,
Scardy on the Brood. Double Scardy coming out for Alliance. What do you reckon about this one, Purge?
They
I
don't,
like it. Slows them all.
but there's no damage.
He's got damage from his ult man. That's like plus 1,000 damage. It's 120.
At least
Plus
1,000.
It's so much.
Purge? Do
No,
you
I said
even
that on
maths?
purpose. It's 120 damage. That's so much. That's
I mean,
huge
it
damage
is a
there.
lot of damage, but he doesn't have like any scaling attack damage multipliers like crit. He doesn't have bash. He doesn't have anything that really makes him like, I'm really scary, you know? It's just kind of like, okay, I hit for 300, but I also have minus armor whenever I'm standing in the vicinity of a Slardar, and I will never win a man fight.
I
Ever.
think Scotty can help him win a man fight with Slar. I think he can beat Slar in a man fight. He's
Maybe,
already
okay, maybe
got
Slardar, but
60
not
evasion.
the TA. The TA will destroy him.
The TA will destroy him because his passive is basically worthless, yes.
Yeah.
But the slow will do something. Like a basher is the other solution. You know, he maybe should have even gone MKB. I don't even know if you yet realize that there is a butterfly on TA, but he's going to have huge issues with that. He definitely can't beat TA because of that reason.
Alrighty. Alliance were smoked up. Unable to find anything here. This swing. That's, I mean, we've already talked about it, but it is
All right, Yoko.
insane.
We got like a
Insane.
blinking problem with our TA player. He is stuck again.
It'll be fine.
He's just
I mean,
chilling.
if for whatever reason Alliance went in there and got kills because Yoku was stuck in the trees, there would
man.
probably be a Reddit post.
That stuff
I'm just
happens.
saying.
He's got a
All right.
blinking problem, but he doesn't have a rampage
That's
problem.
an assault cuirass for the Slardar.
Okay. That's how many sets of armor can one man wear? I mean, one fish
A lot.
creature.
I mean, that's a vac ban. He's obviously exploiting inventory slots.
Two on the same item slot. That's huge.
This trap could be the trap.
Oh, that's gonna see
Loader.
Loda.
Yeah.
Oh,
Ooh, loader with a blink out.
He actually held his blink for a very long time there.
the Slar did.
Yeah, I feel like he could have gone on that quite easily. Maybe he was just scared because they don't have any vision.
I guess where Bulldog is. Back
He's
in his favorite
migrated
spot.
a little bit. No, he's
Oh,
got
he's
got
working
a
his
new
way
room,
down.
yeah.
No, come on. He's been there the whole time. Every time I look over, he's actually there.
He's just looking for Roche, you know? Just living the spider life.
Why doesn't he put a baby in there? I guess they're jungling.
Yeah.
Well,
Well,
he
you
can
can't
spare
use
one.
babies on Ancients, so.
No, just put like one in the. Put one
Yeah,
in
if the
pit.
Dazzle comes up here with that gem.
Look, he listened. He heard you, Purge. Bulldog knows.
Does read Twitch chat sometimes.
From time to time. Alright, so. Honestly,
They figured it out. They know where to put the.
What's on the
trolls
courier here? What's on the courier here? Bulldog's not going to be able to get it. Oh, it's just
Somewhere.
water. Just water. Okay. Okay, let's keep it cool.
Game
Let's keep it
losing.
chill.
he kills it anyway, though, I think.
He does.
Right? No,
No,
come on,
he's-
Bulldog.
This is a
Gives
trap.
mercy to the
Okay,
courier.
sees it?
It is kind of a
Oh.
trap.
No, the courier will live.
That's fast.
So with the same amount of gold, I favor Empire's team like 9 times out of 10.
Okay.
Not maybe. I would give him maybe 7.
I just think their team is so much easier to use when you have 2 BKB cores that deal ridiculous physical damage. Like, sure, Ghost Scepters are kind of a counter to you on the supports, but you can actually just kill the cores. That's the nice thing about
Yeah.
having this kind of lineup is
Yeah.
you don't have to play around Ghost Scepters because a Juggernaut and a Queen of Pain aren't going to buy them. So you just punch the cores. You don't care about the supports.
There's also a BKB on Darkster now, so you can't even aim to just lock him down with Disruptor ulti anymore.
Yep.
I think their best chance is to initiate, do some AoE damage to everybody, similar to like Ake when he was blinking it with Nova. If you catch them all, then you fight, because at least then they can't Blink offensively.
Yeah.
I think that's their best way to initiate, although it's maybe not their best solution. Because Ake basically does nothing now because of BKBs. It's going to be like 20 minutes before he feels useful again, I feel.
What does TA need to pick up next here? Does Yoki just need to get the bots first before thinking about maybe something like a Moon Shards, or is there anything else he'll be replacing in his inventory in your mind?
Moonshard would be good.
Yeah, Moonshard probably, and then bots. Or bots Moonshard in the probably in that order.
Really? You think so? Because he's going to lose so much. Oh, I guess he has Butterfly. Yeah. I guess he's alright on attack speed right now.
This is going to be good for the side of Empire. Roshan's going to be coming up very, very shortly. It's going to be a hard one for Alliance to contest as well, because Empire just going to melt through the beast.
My God, it's actually going to die so fast that
Dire's top tower
I guess they give Aegis to Slardar and Cheese to who? Maybe Bounty? No, Resolution. No, he doesn't have room. I guess they can give it to No Fear. Just have him hold on to it for a while.
They want to get a pick off before they do it. They're heading up straight by the secret shop. They know that Alliance are going to be poised, ready to try and fight, and that blink out just in time from Minots. Resolution will find the vacuum onto Bulldog. Won't quite be able to chase him down anymore though. Free money here for the team. That'll clear up the spider babies.
Oh, they might get Dazzle.
Oh, who's going on here? Yeah, Dazzle. Oh, the Glimmer Loader. Not the Omni Slash he was looking for there. Defensive weave coming out on the majority of the side of Empire. Link forward, silence found my nuts, and my nuts are gone. Deleted from the game. Bulldog will pop the BKB and try to fight, but there's 4 to go from the Sonic Wave will connect onto 3. Lotus turn back up as well. It's a 1-for-1 so far. They have lost the Dazzle, but the wall's been dropped. The Crush as well. Bulldog fighting through this here with the lifesteal, keeping himself alive. They have managed to find the kill onto Lodo. Bulldog will finally go down. Ake just melting to the damage of Yoku. And S4 the bash comes through from Silent. Triple kill for Resolution here on the Dark Sea. It's a full team wipe against Alliance. And Alliance only have 2 heroes with buyback, only Loader and Bulldog here. This could be a second set of Rex going down.
Yeah, I think this might actually just be Megas.
That's what it looks like to me too. What a dangerous lineup, man.
I told you, man. It doesn't matter if the cores have Ghost Scepter, you just punch the cores.
They're going to go for the game.
Yes.
Loader's going to buy back, but what's he going to do?
He doesn't have Omni, there's no way.
Bulldog's here as well.
I don't even think Omni Slash was going to make the difference in that fight. They just got so many like Darkseer illusions and
they're just going to kill him. Let's rub salt into the wounds, boys. Bulldog's gone. Loader, he's going to get bashed up as well. GG, well played. Empire with what's going to be one of the biggest comebacks that I've seen, at least in our DreamLeague coverage of Dota 2. That was quite a game. All down to that fight down at the bottom set of racks. I mean,
Resolution and Silent MVP, I guess, for lining up that back into the Crush. Of course, you got to also give Yoka credit for stealing all the kills.
Yes.
I mean, that's pretty much
that's what the close do, isn't it? Yeah. All about the supports.
But it's really hard in that situation to play as Juggernaut because the game, again, it's supposed to be over, right? You're not supposed to go to 50 minutes against Slardar TA. You'll never win. And especially because of the way that he itemized, he kind of put himself in a spot where if they didn't double racks, like bare minimum at that point in the game, Empire just does more with the same amount of gold. Their heroes are just better. Yeah,
maybe should itemize different. Skip drum, maybe go Bracer Manta or something like that, but he needed to go faster into real damage items. Maybe if he built a fast AC after Sanjin Asher or something like that, then he could have better survived those couple bursts and done more damage, but he couldn't even really burst down the Crimson Guard. The Crimson Guard completely countered him as well. He would have had to go like full damage items like Deso or something like that, which is really not standard or efficient. So they were just in this weird spot because the heroes they had, and it looked like they had a big advantage, but they really didn't. Once that fight happened, they just had to force it.
Oh, damn indeed. And what a day of Dota 2 we've had here. Some fantastic games, some fantastic series here. And hopefully you've enjoyed the cast with myself, OD Pixel, and of course, Purge and Draskell. That is it for Games of Dota 2 today. But don't go anywhere, because on your mark, get set, go, Purge. He's going to be back over there with the analysts, and we're going to have some top-notch insight. Off you go, buddy.